retreated a bunch of troops here. So Pillow's Corps was threatening Grafton, but we won a battle in the last stream against them. Presumably a kind of a touch-and-go affair, but I think we ended up winning it pretty handily. We may be in some danger down this way, where Drayton and I believe Reynolds' 2 corps are. They are facing off with my 5th and 3rd Corps here. And then you have my 2nd and 7th Corps here, kind of interposing themselves on this side in a threatening position to cut off anything further south from here. And then McClellan, his army isn't in the best shape, but it would be great to be able to put some pressure on from this direction. Now the Army of the Potomac is reinforced a bit here with a new corps, the 8th Corps under Major General Neil Dow, with about 9,200 men or so, and we'll be working with them in the east as well. Reacquainting anybody here or anybody that's not as caught up on the streams thus far with how things are going. We continue to raid with Carleton's cavalry, 2,800 troopers. This is the big news, okay? This is the big headline of what we've done that will be controversial. Is we have recalled the blockade. We are giving the Confederates an opening with one caveat. I am going to, if I can get away with it, get this fleet in particular. We're actually going to continue to come back and blockade New Orleans and Mobile. We're not going to give that up just yet. But the rest of the coast is all going back north. And the reason I'm doing that is because I discovered something the last time I was looking around at the strategy outlook here. And that is the Navy tonnage for the South is up to 211,000 tons, which is absolutely massive. What do we have? A new member? Mr. P. Mr. P. I've started going through the tutorials now. You are just in. Sir, I thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Once again, it's one of those things where I'm in here, the digital marketplace, as your, the musician playing on the ground. I got my little hat and my guitar case out, my laptop case out, hoping that you guys would be willing to support what I do, because I certainly do love sharing this stuff with you guys. So once again, Mr. P, thank you so much for the support, sir, becoming a new member. Now, was that recruit level? Okay. You, sir, are now, you are kind of vaulted into a rank. You're going to have a rank now. All right. And now, you know, you're one of my guys in the chat, and you kind of become a little bit more of a leader on the channel here because now you, sir, are a respectable paying member of the channel. Thank you again. I don't mean to belabor the point, but I appreciate you. Once again, subscribe, think about becoming a member. $2 a month is all it is. And here we were looking at the strategy. The Navy tonnage is what we were kind of like worried about, what I was. 211,000 tons to 90,000, and we've lost quite a few ships and lost quite a bit of tonnage in recent battles around North Carolina, where we have this force that landed and kind of set itself up here in North Carolina, now building a depot where we should be able to put together kind of a permanent position right here. I do believe we're still in okay, so this fort is actually maybe going to struggle as far as supply goes, but we'll see how that works out. The rest of the way was to just show kind of, okay, fleets, right? Now, here is the other thing. We do have a lot of ships that are ships in harbor still. We had to bring back a bunch to repair them before, and so we could create some new fleets to work with. I don't know if I want to get back to a super aggressive blockade or not. I don't think we've got the bandwidth, and I think what we may end up having to do is get back to our plan a little bit, which is to use the Navy and coastal forces combined wherever possible to try and make incursions. And now that our credit has improved, I feel a little more comfortable moving toward the building of a new coastal force. Okay, we keep building them and then moving them into corps in the Eastern Army, and so we're gonna start by building another one in the East. And let's do this. Let's go new Army. No, let's go new independent corps. All right, we're gonna do it in Connecticut. And no, Mansfield doesn't want to be in command. We kind of retired him. Patterson, Veal, no, Benjamin Butler. How about we let Butler take the chance to redeem himself as kind of a role-playing thing? So we'll give him this new army. All right, this new army will be filled with really just I think we'll just give him brigades. Really, we'll go. Oh, wow, look at how many troops Kentucky can give. Pennsylvania, let's do some Pennsylvania volunteers here. Let's go 2250 is good. We want baby blues as we do's. Get another brigade in from West Virginia. Look at all the West Virginians coming over to the Union cause after the victories of our brave boys. Another 2250 for the Army, and this will be the this is going to be changing. The Army of the North. All right, we'll call it that for now anyway. Let's go with, I would say some Ohioans would be good. Let's make it 3,000 of them. All right, boom, boom. Let's go with these. Cool. We'll also be upgrading their weapons. Let's give them the Enfields. Right there. Mansfield, that was all of that. So Mansfield is kind of like a role-playing thing. I was just like, he's been in the game a long time. He is old. He was old in the real thing, almost kind of like, I as far as I've read anyway and understand about Mansfield, you know, I love when you guys blow up the chat about historical knowledge. That's one of the things I'd love to kind of like stir up more as we get streams going, because this gives you the chance to bring up all these historical figures and dig into what they were good at and their personalities and all that stuff. But Mansfield is one of those, like, he was old. Dude was like in his 70s riding around out there like freaking Blucher back in the Napoleonic days. And so I just kind of made the command decision. He'd been in the war a good long time, all the way to 1863 here in my campaign in the Union side. And I was just kind of like, you know what? Mansfield's figured that he's seen enough. And so he's decided he's going to retire. And so that's what we did. We replaced him that way. And it's not like he was bad. He was pretty good in my campaign here. Let's give these boys some Hall rifles. I like that. All right, we'll do one more small infantry brigade. We'll make them from New York. Boom, 1,500 men from... these are the guys right here. Like that. Then we're going to do cavalry brigade from New York. All right, we'll do 1875. Mansfield. I'll tell you what. Let me take a second here. Let me look up old General Mansfield. Union General Mansfield. Joseph K. Mansfield on the Union side. Life dates December 22nd, 1803. Back in 1803. Died September 18th, 1862. So he didn't make it. He was old. Okay, so he wasn't in his 70s. I was wrong. Right there. There it is, Sarah. I could bring this up to show it to you. Right here. There it is. We're on Wikipedia, of course. September 18, 1862. That would have made him Closer to like 59. Okay, something like. But looking, man, he looks like an old man. He's all white and everything, white bearded. Yeah, he was in the Army a very long time. So in our game, we decided to, you know, let him decide to retire. So we went with that. I'm trying to fact check myself a little bit more when it comes to talking about these guys. So I'm going to try to be sensitive to that and be able to quickly reference that. So let's do Maryland artillerists now. And that'll be good. Right here with the Coastal Army. Boom. And we'll do another battery from New Jersey. Okay, these will be the 3-inch ordnance rifles. Kind of our standard. All right, and then we're going to put 2 batteries of the big boys. Let's go New York. And we're going to go 2 heavy batteries of, let's see if we can get the Whitworths. See the, nope, I don't have enough of them. Okay. Dang, okay. 12-pound howitzers, we could do that. All right, and that'll be fine. That's a lot of guns. So we got about 12,000 troops and 44 guns for another coastal force. Army of the North under Benjamin Butler. Now let's make sure with that new army, all of these guys are up to snuff. Ooh, he's not bad for a volunteer. Colonel Eli Lilly. Yeah, okay, all right, so that's what you're talking. All right, so Mr. P. Yeah, Eli Lilly. Is that right? Founded the pharmaceutical company. I didn't know that. Did he become? I wonder. He's a colonel in my game right here. Would you say Mansfield? So he died at Antietam, right? And his corps had come in at that point in the battle, if I remember it right, and actually had just about cleared out the Rebs all the way back to Dunkirk Church before he got killed. I think that's right. Here we go. Colonel Hans Hegg, political appointee. Okay. Mitchell, he's not bad. Ray. Ooh, this Watkins guy is good, even though he's not a cavalry commander. Boom, boom, boom. Political and volunteer across the board. All right, fair enough. All right, so I think that'll do good for that army, and we'll let them form up. That's going to bring our credit down immediately, but we'll choke on it. We just need to have a land force ready to use along with the naval forces. And the clock will wind. Here we go. Yeah. Yep. Once again, they had, the enemy had advanced with this empty headquarters for some reason. Supplies running good. We got to wait just a little while for Hooker's army to get back to good. As a matter of fact, we could probably reinforce some of these armies. Let's give... is it time? Is it time to make corps? Is it time? I almost just kind of don't want to. This army has really done pretty well with divisions. So Who's the best command? Wow, Porter is wildly famous. Harney. I think we have to make corps. I think we have to upgrade this corps to an army. I think then we're going to have Porter be one corps commander. Granger, this is a good army. Look at all of these commanders. These are fantastic. Thomas Crittenden. God, I could roll a die. Initiative, way high. I think Granger is going to be the new division commander, so we're going to replace him with armies, unassigned, suitable rank, ready for duty. Going to have a newbie here, commander. Oh, Mr. P was telling you about the fact you just got the game. And I'm so happy that you're going to take a look. Read through the manual. I'm telling you, if you take the time to get in there and read the words, go through it, I wouldn't even worry a whole lot about treating it like a study session where you got to open up the game. But what I'm going to tell you is that as you read it, as you just go through it line by line, you're going to want to open up the game, bring up one of the historical battles, and you're going to want to like test this and that out. And that manual's got everything in it. And that's really strictly for like the battle and the combat and the tactical battle portion of the game. For the campaign, what I might do is open up like a dummy one that you can just treat as kind of like a test sandbox and just have the manual there and just read it line by line. And if you've got questions about how this is going to go versus that, like start up a campaign that's like 1862 or 1863 where there's already pieces on the board to play with and stuff. And you'll learn, I think, real quick by combining the manual with just some test work in your play, and then take it from there. And I think you'll be off and running. Now, I'll be interested to know who it is that you decide to start playing as when you actually jump into your very first campaign in the game. So keep me posted. Porter then gets replaced by Granger, and then we'll have that core ready. So who else? Richardson is good. McCook, not so much. Delafield, not. Let's make Richardson our other one. Nope, Harney is our other corps commander for sure. Abercrombie becomes the next division commander. This army is wildly famous. Wildly so. We're going to replace him with Captain Governor K. Warren. Only he'll be breveted to a colonel. Then Harney gets replaced by Abercrombie. And now we'll have a new corps under Porter and another new corps under, not Mansfield. Nope. Harney. Where are you, sir? There you are. Bingo. And then we'll put, this will be, I think we're going to have to go with wings on this as well. Let's go right wing and left wing. Okay, we'll have Buford's cavalry remain as a standalone cavalry formation. We'll have Delafield in with Porter plus McCook. He can raise them up. We'll have Richardson, Abercrombie, and Granger in with Harney. Buford separate. We're light on artillery. So we'll have core artillery like we do, except, we can combine those, good. We will add some artillery here from Missouri. We'll go with a medium-sized battery of 3-inch ordnance rifles. Okay, that'll give that corps quite a few guns. And then we'll have all these transfer. 3-inch ordnance rifle, 6-pound field gun, 3-inch. Okay. Let's leave these 6-pound field guns with Granger's division. And then let's put the rest of the 3-inch ordnance rifles in a core formation right here. Get the Army Reserve Artillery, one big battery there. Right wing, left wing. Army of the West with 24,000 troops. And then what we'll do is we'll bring in one more brigade of each. Let's go Missouri troops. We'll make these big ones. Bingo. Under Bradley. Give them Springfield muskets. Good. And then Richardson will get one more brigade, and we'll just kind of even it out at 3 brigades apiece. How about we do Iowa? Indiana? No. Let's bring some of those Kentucky boys over. It'll take a little longer. Another 3,000 men. And they'll also look like that. Give them their Springfields, and that'll be good. And we're looking good with that. Yeah. Yeah, Butler. For me, Butler, in this campaign so far, Mr. P, Butler, he just has been too slow everywhere. Just too slow. All right, now it's time to reinforce here too. I think it's time to take a serious look at Gibbs cavalry. I think it's time to get in some more horse artillery from Kentucky. Let's do, yeah, medium-sized battery would be fine. Kaboom. And, oh, shoot. Yeah, we want them there. So, that's good. Zook, Pennington Jr. We could probably combine these two. How are these commanders, though? You and you and you. And you and you. Okay, what if we... Zook has helped us a lot. So Ingersoll... Let's see who gets... Ingersoll stays and Zook goes. Okay, we'll just have to say that, you know, something occurred there that precipitated that. Let's add a new cavalry brigade from Kentucky with 1,875 men. And we'll do red pants. They'll be special. And it'll be Zook. Okay. That's funny. Okay. And now Gibbs will have closer to 4,300 cavalrymen under his command out here with the Army of the Mississippi. And then I'd say we would want to come over here. Get... Oh, okay. 8th Corps is... Wait. Okay. Okay, this is... so I didn't do this right. Over here. I hate to be kind of fiddling with this, but we're going to do it. So we need to rename... We need to rename 8th Corps under Dow to 10th Corps. Bingo. Little administrative mistake. Okay, Army of Mississippi 8th Corps. Let's reinforce under Bayard, right? No, that's 9th Corps. We need to reinforce them anyway. So we're going to give them 2 big brigades. From Kentucky, 2250, that's good. Although support in Kentucky is low. I may have to bring them in from West Virginia instead. So, yeah, I think that'll be better. Just like so. Okay, Colonel Moses Walker in command of them. Okay, Kearney's division gets a new brigade. Let's bring them in from Ohio. 3,000 men this time. Boom, boom. We'll have them be regular. And then let's upgrade to their Springfields. Actually, let's go infields with these guys. Walker, Springfields. Now, you know, I'll tell you, I'd be lying if I didn't say that I'm going to be really fascinated. If we end up going late enough into the war where I can get some like cool brand new kind of guns to put with my troops, I'm really excited for that. Yeah, Mr. P, the Reb Navy in my game here, they got going. I don't know exactly how it is they pulled it off, but they got going with their naval production. I have no idea, man. This is crazy. So Nagel's division here. Let's go Ohio again. 3,000. Yep. Let's do that. All right. They'll be back up to about 25,000 men total across 2 corps. And then, how are these reserve cavalry formations? Let's add a little bit more cav. It's okay if these guys are from Kentucky. They're just cavalry. Their morale can be a little bit lower. It'll be a big brigade of Kentucky cavalrymen. Just like that. And we'll leave them with mixed cavalry weapons just as a role-playing thing. This is the sort of stuff I like to do. I like to salt and pepper things, you know, and spice it up different depending upon the army, the place, the situation, you know, and I just like to add things in. As a matter of fact, you know, at one point I took McClellan from far-flung to, you know, back east in this campaign here. So I've been doing stuff like that all game long. Still managing a victory, I think. So we've got that. We'll be up closer to 27, 28,000. He's got a bunch of disabled men still from the Battle of Memphis that was, wow. Talk about a battle there. And then we've got another under Lew Wallace with the Army of the Cumberland. We could make him a new corps, but we'll keep this separate for now. Another 11,000 troops or so. You're talking close to 40,000 troops in and around Memphis right here. The idea would be likely drive east and take Corinth next, or just pop right on down to Vicksburg and march on Little Rock. I think that's probably more likely what we're going to do. So here is something that was on my mind. I need to get this force moving. With a firepower of 34, I need to get them going. Offensive stand. Let's actually keep them in defensive and have them blockade. No. Yeah, blockade. Let's just come on down here to the confluence and see what's what. Wrap up July. And also need to kind of find, so home squadron is there. Block Island Sound Squadron here is there. They could probably go ahead and return to port. The Lower Bay Squadron, they could come back out and take over for them. We have to keep control of Chesapeake Bay. We really just don't have a choice on that. So definitely attack, blockade. Okay, Block Island Sound Squadron 2 came back and is refitting, I think. David Farragut, after winning in North Carolina. Lower Bay Squadron under Paulding came back after refitting a bit. Long Island Sound Squadron of monitors protecting the approach to Washington, D.C. And then we've got the Navy, the River Fleet. I think we bring this fleet under Flag Officer James Alden Jr. down near Nashville. I see here we are not seeing anything just yet. McClellan is just I love bringing up McClellan. I have been a staunch apologist for McClellan in my days before. Here we go, Beauregard's cavalry. Okay. They're down here protecting some of these plantations, it looks like. McClellan, let's just say it's fun. He's one of those cases where everything that your instinct told you about a dude who knows about the art of warfare and how to conduct it in the age, like just looking at McClellan and seeing him on paper, you would have also probably believed in 1860 that he was every bit as capable of being a little, Napoleon as everybody else at that time, because he so looked the part. He was kind of short, but, he was a very regal gentleman of the North and a genuine political animal. And so he knew pretty well how to come off well, I guess is how I'd say it. And so people, they shit on him. And for, I get it. Oh, here we go. Pillow's Corps decided to kick my cavalry out. Mission accomplished. All right. Coordinating an assault on all these rebs here be trickier business than you give it credit for. Truly. We kind of have to wait for them to decide if they're going to attack us. We just, if McClellan's army could lock them down, maybe over here in like a siege battle, and then we do the same here, siege battle, and then we attack from over here, maybe. Oh, here we go. Okay. Looks like Reynolds and Drayton came at us along with Hawes. Here we go. We've got the battle, like a siege battle of Richmond, it says here. They've got us outnumbered. We've got them outgunned. 2 Federal Corps. Yeah. With the Army of Virginia right there. I'd say I don't so much mind having this be. What are they saying? Okay, the Rebs are going to win this one most likely. Well, I would say we have ourselves a battle down here most likely. Let's take Kimes Corps and let's march them on an attack posture. Scouting. Let's just have them come on down. Let's have them force march it. Go. Let's have the Army Artillery Reserve stay with 2nd Corps. I think it's time for the Army of the Potomac. We got to put pressure on somewhere, so this has definitely forced our hand. Major General Stephen Hurlbut and his Army of the Potomac right here with Wessel's 1st Corps will move south just a little ways right here. 10th Corps under Dow will join him. Headquarters comes along. Carleton's cavalry will come too. All right, we're going to make sure everybody's set. Defensive, yep. Scouting, guarding, scouting, defensive with a cav. We'll get them on the move. 7th Corps waiting its orders. McClellan, characteristically slow up here. Oh, hey, all right. There's a nice battle right there. All right. Playing alongside, baby. Playing alongside. Welcome on in. Yeah, so, well, he was a Democrat. Talking about McClellan. He was a Democrat. He was a dude who didn't think that we should be about this business of warring between the states like this. Here we are. Whiting and Smith's Corps have come back in a battle at Fort Smith, Arkansas. However, I'm afraid they did not pick their match properly once again, and Hooker's army is ready to face them. Though their condition, Hooker's army's condition is not great. The Rebs have kind of surged back and reinforced this army pretty well. They're back up to close to 20,000 men with 44 guns. It's been the first time we've seen action against this army way out west. It's damn near since winter time, I think, or right into spring back in like March. We got things on the move here for sure. All right. We've pushed just a little further south. Let's get 7th Corps over here on a forced march. Good. That is close to 10,000 more troops, so we have ourselves a battle right here. Then we got another 9,800 here that would be coming on most likely. Okay, we need 7th Corps to attack. Force march into the attack. Let's have ourselves a battle down here outside Richmond. If we can knock those guys out, they came at us, right? We didn't necessarily make an aggressive move right there. They came at us. We'll see how we do there. The campaign to take Richmond may be underway. I tell you, it was really interesting in the last stream talking about McClellan too. It was really fun to kind of like make believe Pillow had come up here and was pushing on Grafton, and so I kept engaging Pillow, the CSA Pillow general, he kept shading to the left out this way. Because with McClellan's army, had a corps over here, and then 2 on the road that were here. And so the Confederate Corps commander, Pillow, as he was up here next to Grafton in the last stream, he kept attacking over this way against 2 corps of mine and was finally able to force McClellan into a battle with 2/3 of his army. And so it was kind of cool how it worked out that way. because it feels believable that McClellan would be too slow in reacting to a flanking maneuver and would only get part of his army over to actually fight a battle. So that was kind of fun. Here we go, 7th Corps. Okay, 7th Corps has gotten involved in the battle now. "20 hours till they get there officially. So we're going to let them get there first. Spend the overnight here, July 30th. Head into August here soon, and I think we're gonna assault over here and get ourselves a battle going. All right, here we got the right wing can join the rest of the army up here. Fantastic. Go. General Wool's Corps. I think it'll be time for a little beer tonight, I would say. Yeah. So yeah, in talking about you know it's been dropping like crazy in my campaign here is the artillerists. Can't keep them alive to save my life. But yeah, you had your war Democrats of this period, and so it was like McClellan was kind of one of them. He was okay with he didn't like being about this business. He understood that fighting a war was necessary right now, and he was willing to work with the administration on prosecuting the war. But I don't think guys like McClellan believed that the South needed right here, right now. So we need to figure out how this line would have, how would this look here in the evening time here, July 27th? Is it July 27th? Oh, wow. Okay, so we're kind of rewinding the clock to when the 7th Corps was marching down toward the area out north of Richmond where here's the Chickahominy River. Oh, this is cool. Okay. So this is a kind of 7 days-ish out north of Richmond. Okay, this is even believable, frankly. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. And so we would be defending. Wow, okay. You got the Rebs coming on here. That's it. And where will the 7th Corps come on at? "18 hours to arrive from Richmond?" No way. Not down here, no. Okay. So it must be from over here is what I'm guessing. I think that's where it's got to be from over there. So what do we want to do here, man? This is going to take a half a minute. So what they're going to do, okay, they're going to come on here and here. They're going to come down this road and this trail. I mean, they're going to be aiming right for it. Mechanicsville. I feel like I should extend a line of one kind or another out toward Mechanicsville. But I'm seeing one form in my mind here against this tree line here, controlling these roads and kind of down through here. And then, maybe cutting up through here. we pick up the line near this trail. We'll probably put breastworks all along through here. So let's at least do this. Let's go breastworks kind of all like this. Like that. And then let's have some more. Take a look at the terrain here. We'll have kind of like a second layer. That goes a little bit like this. We'll have more across this way. Like that. I think we go ahead and have more breastworks. I hate so it's a reverse slope, so we're going to have to do it kind of right up next to the trail right here. We'll just put them all the way across. Like that. Then on the flank out here, I think we put more entrenchments. I think we let them come all the way across this open field if they really, really want to. Oh, Cutter. Hey, dude. Hey, welcome on in, bro. Yep, we are here for a major battle. This is just outside of Richmond, Virginia, my man. Right here. Who knows? Who knows what happens here? This is a green rebel army, it said. So we'll just have to see. Okay, we've got parapets. Right. Let's put those kind of here like that. Let's upgrade them once for now. And I think we'll also try and do some sort of like a little prepared position up here wouldn't be bad. Kind of like some parapets. It would go maybe do like that. Then have some more. It's just now here. This kind of doesn't make sense because you got once troops get up on that ridge right there, they can just shoot down in. Okay. Placing down entrenchments at this point. All right, then I would say we're just putting down little positions, I think, to just guard some of these crossing areas here. Just to kind of discourage a movement in force over this way. Like that. We'll put up another kind of right here. Like that. Then I would say we have a line of breastworks that goes kind of from there into the woods, like this, right down through there. Right, we'll kind of have it guarded. I think we'll have the Army start in its entrenchments here. McDowell's Third Corps, book. Hancock's Corps. Since they were positioned where they were on the campaign map, I want to try to reflect that a little bit here, even though it might hurt us a bit. And we don't have much in the way of cavalry, do we? That is. Well, I stuck with the cup of Joe, by the way. So you could tell me more about this. Talk about engineering points. It's been going seems as time has been going on, and I think maybe as I've researched projects. Like, I don't really know. I'd need to dig into this. But when I've kept an army in place in defensive posture, it does the little brackets around the NATO symbol of the troops that shows that they're entrenching. And kind of in 1861 and 1862, the number next to that bracketed symbol was always 1. Now it's always the number 2 and I'm talking on the campaign map. And their entrenchments are number 2 now. So somehow, as time has gone on in the campaign, the ability for the armies to entrench with and have more points, I think, is significantly higher in 1863 somehow. I don't know if that's just baked into the game the way that time goes along. But otherwise, I have assigned some engineering, perks. I think that helps. I wouldn't say I've actually built any engineering units per se. So I guess I don't quite know. I don't know for sure how it is I've managed to come off with that many engineering points. It's a bit of mystery. I'll tell you what. Let's put parapets. Let's go. We'll kind of have like a double line of parapets on this side. We'll go boom. Like this. And they'll link into this forward position up here. Like that. Then we'll have more like this. All the way against the edge of the map. And then I'd say, we have breastworks that just cover, leftovers, right? So some breastworks here. Some breastworks maybe kind of in here. Like that. And, you got kind of a neat little line. Now, they would have to flank all the way over here if they wanted to try to do that. We'd end up with a battle over here in the deep woods, I guess. And, we'll see if that's what they decide to do. But for now, the Army will arrange itself, and we'll have Palmer's cavalry kind of be out here keeping an eye on that. Doop. But let's have Hancock's Corps with 4 divisions. Okay, we're going to be doing these brigade by brigade, I'm almost certain. It's a pretty complex line. We'll have these 5th Corps troops here. We'll have these here. Hayes, right? Grover's division. I'll have them in this position here. Whittlesey and Davies with Grover's division there. 5th Corps Artillery, we got a lot. Wow, we don't have sight down the side of the hill from there, huh? Dang. Oops. I'll tell you what, why don't we, yeah, let's do that. Do that and that. Perfect. That's actually, I like that. Let's do that. Let's upgrade that one. Okay, and that'll bring us to 0. Fine. Okay, I like that better. 5th Corps Artillery. We got to sight our artillery well here. That's pretty good. We'll have these troops with Prince, Woods, and Ferry's division on the left with some Corps Artillery backing them up. Cooper's division. I'd say we actually take Engelman's troops. And we'll have kind of, Hayes will be in kind of an odd spot here where he's got a division that's straddling. Would we be able to shoot? We'd be able to shoot into the woods pretty well there. Oh, dang. Yeah, I think there's a chance that I just so happen to also, yeah, I think that's a good thought about having engineering commanders. So I've got engineering perks. I think I've added like an engineering perk or two within a brigade or two, but not many. And then I've got, I think, some officers who are engineering officers also, like you're talking about. We can't see anything over here, huh? Really? Really? I would love it if I could see over the trees there. Well, okay. If they're going to be like that about it. These 12-pound howitzers probably could just go right up here. 5th Corps Artillery. Oh, I think that's partly why the deployment line is there. Is that something? Because those guns should be able to see all the way down the road. But those are 5th Corps, so we don't want to put them there. What about out right here? Yeah. That's not a bad spot. Covers a crossing right around here. Minty and Beatty. What if we were to just kind of put them here for now? And Cooper's division is a reserve for 5th Corps, we say, perhaps. Can react this way if need be. And then 3rd Corps. Got a long, thin line here. Tell you what, these troops probably shouldn't be on a flank. Put Blaisdell, Totten. Let's go Blaisdell, Totten here. Their artillery looking right down there. And that is Crook's division of 3rd Corps. Sherman is here. Seymour. Bingo. Get these guns. Or I'll tell you. Probably have the guns back there. Dennis's Cav. I think they're here for starters. I think Palmer and his division are over this way. Watching over here. Here and here. Dennis here. Dismounted. That will be Palmer's division. Right there. And they won't have that much artillery help there in the center. That may be a bit of a weak point. But I would say, that's kind of a realistic representative, say, setup. This could be, like you're saying, maybe a bit of a problem area. And if the Rebs actually manage to take this complex of entrenchments here, we could have problems on our hands. We'll have to see where they decide to go. We can pull Palmer's division back along these trenches here. I think maybe we take Cooper's division and put them kind of more here, right near the road. They're a nice reserve right here. And we're starting in entrenchments with just some cav on the flank out here. Can we get scouts out? Yep. We're going to have to get skirmishers out. We're mainly just going to have a picket line. That's one of the reasons why we ended up with kind of more of a siege battle here. Not a lot of cavalry to help our armies stay mobile. We'll start with plenty of skirmishers deployed. Probably just hand the initiative to them. Stay on the defensive. Kind of camp against my own better judgment. So we'll have kind of backup trench line here. Don't have anything really to speak of in the center right here, but we'll have a fighting retreat if need be here, I think. We'll just kind of see how it goes. We'll move Cooper over around to here if need be. This, I think, is kind of the weak point near the objective, and that's fine. If we need to, we've got roads nearby to move divisions around this way to help, and we'll do that if need be. We will be starting by going into the overnight hours, and so we'll be right back around to deployment pretty quickly once again. But I think this is how we'll lay it out for the time being, and then we'll see what happens with the Rebs going forward. So let's go. We're on our way. What are we going to get? What are we going to get? Let's get that picket line way out front. Way out front. Come on out before nightfall. Okay. Fantastic. All right, so we still are going to have to wait for Keim another 10 hours. Okay? So the Rebs are hitting us at an opportune time. That's for sure. And they'll be coming in still down around here at New Cold Harbor and Old Cold Harbor. And we'll see what we get. 5 times. Let's go. Let's get our skirmishers. Again, let's get them out front. Good ways. Let's go, boys. Let's get out of the way out here. These are going to be way out front pickets. Here we are at 5:15 a.m. on July 28th. The key window of time in this engagement out north of Richmond, as the Army of Northeastern Virginia has dug in partially to await the arrival of 7th Corps and a chance maybe to counterattack or at least blunt whatever the Rebs throw against us. We've got a kind of a weak line through here. 7th Corps will be real effective at filling in the defenses along here as the Rebs come after the objective, I think. And then we've got this road network here to here, around to here. So if need be, 5th Corps, we can get it on the move and redeploy. I don't see any dust close yet. Well, I would say not too dang flat. Mr. P was talking about it being pretty flat. Once you get up onto the different plateau areas or what have you, it flattens out pretty good. But it's down to the streams, man. Some steep declines headed down. Move up just a bit. Let's head down to Mechanicsville here. Let's get into there. Let's come on down to here. A little skirmish at Mechanicsville could take shape. Ah, there they are. That looks like all of them. Headed down this way. Looks to be headed down around here. Let's stay right about there. Those skirmishers will probably come running back quick. What are we going to get? What are we going to get, boys? We going to get a surprise? Okay, they don't seem to be coming toward Mechanicsville. As the Rebs march into the fight. I would say we go ahead. Let's just go ahead If they want to try to attack me on this side, I say go right ahead, be my guest. I think we take Cooper's division and we detach it. Got the sniffles a little bit here late, by God. We'll detach Cooper from 3rd Corps or 5th Corps and attach it to 3rd Corps kind of, and we'll bring them over to Shady Grove Church. Okay. See him moving here. Tough to tell, though, for sure, what we got. Let's have these boys come on out here. Hey, Rebel Cav. Here we go. We got Wagner skirmishers engaged as our picket line makes contact. Let's open up right here. Excellent. We got mixed muskets up here, though. I do not know how I managed to let that slip every time. We're in woods. That'll help. Springfield rifle musket with these boys. Okay, we've got infantry. Looks like one division over this way. All right, they're coming at us here, as we might have expected, with an unstable brigade. I see more back that way. I see more dust back here. Tough to tell what they're up to. Okay, these skirmishers are going to run back home. My guess, though, is that they're going to come right at this section of the line. Let's move these cav over. Like this. Boop. Double time it, boys. I think we'll shift Sherman. Let's go ahead and make sure they use roads, right? And let's take Sherman with his brigades. Let's go one here. Let's go one here. And then we'll do the 3rd here. Sherman will get on the move with them. Okay, we got that. Skirmishers back out. Got the Rebs thinking about what they're going to do here. This isn't the best position. I could have thought that through a little bit better, although we were limited by our deployment zone, of course. Let's go 2 times again. Union pickets continuing to feel things out on this side. Okay, yeah, they're going to try to push up through these woods right at me, so we'll go ahead and we'll react. I think we could probably safely take Crook's division and get in on the move, too. Just have them set up like right here. We'll have the skirmishers in Mechanicsville, and we'll kind of have that area covered for at least a little bit, and we'll know if we're getting hit. McDowell's going to react because we've got more Rebs forming up here in this center. Keep the skirmishers out. Ooh, let's come down here and mess with these cannon. More Reb infantry. Looks like another division. Got a general here. Nope, artillery. Let's go ahead. Hit them. Keep after them. So Sherman's division will be a key force for us in the center there, I do believe. This artillery can cover the right all by itself. Crook's division hadn't gotten its orders to move yet. Okay, let's take this brigade and let's get them right here. So Sherman will come up and help quick as he can with some of his troops. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get this division under Palmer into a defend stance. Right? Sherman's getting himself in position here. Good. Skirmishers running. Rebs forming up in the center around here. Tough to say exactly what it is they've got on their mind, but I think we've got a broken brigade up front. Okay, Sherman, good thing we brought him over here. Let's go ahead and let's bring his brigade right here. That one goes down there still, sure, yeah. We'll abandon that entrenchment position for now. Let those routed troops route some more, I suppose. Let's get these skirmishers down into harass. Right there. And now with the Springfield muskets up on this elevated terrain right here, we'll be able to do a little bit better, I think. And we should rally quickly with Wagner's troops. Laying down here under artillery fire, morale shouldn't be too badly affected. They have lost quite a few men. That's a big battery of artillery right there. See the Rebs lining up. Looks like a whole corps here. More coming. Got the Cav stifled there. I would say Sherman needs to move up. Get him over here on the double quick. All right. Okay. Looks like they are moving on this side here a little bit. Let's get Crook. Let's get him lined up here. Okay, let's take Cooper's division. And let's bring him over to Shady Grove Church right here. Go, go, go. All right. Bam. We've got ourselves a battle in earnest right here. Let's go ahead and see if we can skirmish. No, okay. Fine. These cavalrymen are going to come out. McDowell. I want you to defend. Let's go ahead and get him on a defend order. Let's get Sherman on a green order. As the fight intensifies in here, Rebs coming at me a little bit piecemeal, a little bit. Got one brigade coming right at the works here under Baylor. Lane's cavalry being pushed back. Cooper's division is getting on the move. Oh, wow. The route they're going to take is going to actually bring them... Okay. We may actually be able to just bring them into an attack, so we call that a little bit of a battlefield boo-boo that ends up working out for us a little bit. I'd say. Perhaps. And we're one thing that we're not doing very well in this battle right now is utilizing artillery. Pulling back with Blair Jr. here, it looks like. Got these Rebs with Baylor pushing ahead toward the works, driving us back. We'll pull it down to play instead of two-time. I thought this rebel army was green, by God. All right, here we go. Let's charge move to there, if Sherman will let it happen. You boys halt. Woo! These Rebs are taking some serious incoming here. They continue to advance, but now I think they'll be compelled to fall back. Wow, they're taking some serious punishment there. Serious punishment. These skirmishers over here harassing the flank of this advance in the center right here. We've got Rebs on the road around toward Mechanicsville. Good thing we moved here. Cooper's division ends up being important for us. Looking at Keim, we've got 5 more hours. So call it 3 p.m. or so. This cavalry here, I think we bring it into the center. I think we take Engelman's troops, and I think we bring them to here. I think we're breaking these Rebs that are hitting us through here. Good. All right, these boys, let's fall back to these entrenchments here. Go. This is actually not a bad situation. Uh-oh, Miles is going to break. Blair Jr. is not in real good shape here. He's falling back still. So, dang it, we kind of need those troops. All right, these guys now, how about we attack? Humphreys is going to get on the attack over here. As the Rebs try to feel out an advantage in this part of the battlefield near Shady Grove Church. Woo! Woods is wounded. Dennis Miles Seymour. Woods. Colonel Woods. Okay. Got it. Shoot. That must have been one of these brigades up here. That must have been... Well, that wouldn't have been Miles, because the colonel is the one who was lost. Not sure. Let's attack with these skirmishers right here. Let's attack with these skirmishers right here. Oh, okay. They aren't coming toward Mechanicsville. They're coming toward the center in this wooded area right here. All right. All right. Let's take some of this 3rd Corps artillery. The 3-inch ordnance rifles. Let's redeploy them. Right there. Then here comes Cooper's troops. Let's go ahead here. If we can get away with this, let's stop them. Hancock keeping an eye from up here. Let's bring him down to here. Get a better eye. The center of the fighting. I got a feeling our battlefield may just center around this grove of woods here and here. All of this here. So I got a feeling the fight's going to be happening. Okay, we broke with another brigade there. Blair. Okay, so a little bit of a hole. Sherman. Yeah, come on back over here, man. Appreciate everybody who's in tonight. Got the cup of Joe in hand. By the way, if you enjoy the content, click that thumbs up button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel. Get that algorithm shining down upon us. Kind of feeling out how this one's going to go. So they've got more coming. Thankfully, it's going to take time for those boys to get here. I think we take Crook. I think we bring him all the way over. I think we just plop him right there. Okay, Humphreys. Let's back him up to the trenches right there. Okay, Cooper has stopped. We're going to go ahead and march him right here and right here. Lightburn's brigade. Oh, would you look at that? Hayes's troops are moving out. Lightburn's brigade is going to move out. Holy smokes. Interesting. Not sure what that's about. He's ready to go, though. He wants to come out here and fight him. I guess we can go ahead and let that go. I'm fine with it. But let's get Cooper in position with his troops over here. Humphrey's still doing pretty good over this way. Let's get Seymour into it. I guess he'll be watching out this side. Be able to hit the Rebs before they have a chance to hit him. Okay, Miles is still on his way back. Oh, he's all the way out. Okay. Crook getting his orders from the Corps Commander. McDowell up here. Cavalry still hanging tough. Let's go ahead. Let's advance on them and shoot. Let's advance on them and shoot. All right, Wagner's back. Get him up here. Fantastic. There, cavalry got inside of these guns back here. Rebels with the artillery advantage right in the focal point would appear thus far. We might want to try to move some artillery over here ourselves. Don't want to get too discombobulated, but so yeah, we've got these guns. They'll be able to pour some shot down in on anybody who's trying to cross over here. That was kind of the idea there. I think maybe we take these guns here. I think we maybe take them and we just get them set right up here. Do that. Then I think we take this division And we'll cross right here and right here with this division. Oh, no, 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 no. Right there. There's Lightburn's attack. We're going to be going in. He's just going to do it, man. We'll let him. Reb's going to get themselves all formed up in these trees out here and begin an attack from over here. I would say Lightburn needs some help, so Cooper's division is going to head in. We're going to assault this way, like this. And as soon as he gets his men up there... Oh, okay. That was Blair. Okay, well, that's fine. So Cooper will back him up like that. We'll get him up there. Bingo, bango. And once we're up there, we're going to get into a defend posture, I think. So, Humphreys... Why don't you come on back here, man? Take a little break. And there's Lightburn with his Springfield muskets. Heavy woods here out north of Richmond as the battle continues. We're at about 10:45 a.m. as this fight rages on. We're going to bring the scouts back in. And with this cavalry, just come to right here. Only, I don't want to do that. Stop. So we'll have to take that back. Okay, pushing them back here. And we'll have them forming up in this area here to try to make an attack, it looks like. Crook trying to come through the woods. Oh, he's bringing one brigade and not both. Okay. So, how about we just get these skirmishers to go out there, or not. How about we get these troops to go there? Okay, we've got a rebel formation that's moving out this way. Not entirely sure what they're doing, but I don't love it. I think Palmer's got to go back out there. I think we got to have Palmer be back out here on the left. Okay. Major engagement that's come together here in the center as the Rebs counterattack. Let's have this cavalry stay out on the flank here. Run, boys, run. These are 3rd Corps troops mixed with some 5th Corps troops in here. Humphreys refuses to pull back. Let's go, buddy. You got a new Confederate division, it looks like, that's pushed forward here. We'll have some new troops ourselves. Blair Jr. Let's fall him back to here. And then we're going to have Cooper go on a defend. Just like that. Got cavalry right here, moving up. Ever-evolving battlefront as the Rebs are really, predictably, I would assert, just going to try to come straight for the victory location. No big surprise there. And when Kimes Corps comes on over here, which I believe they will do, right here, we should be able to bring them up in enough time to make a difference along this line here. Okay, we got this cav redeploying on the flank out here. And opening fire, very good. We're going to have Lightburn jump back onto the... No, we're not. No, we're not. All right, we've opened up from up here. Good. Got Cav way down there. Wants to try this. Wants to try us. We're able to hit him with these troops on the breastworks here. On down the slope, we'll be able to hit him with these guys shortly. We've got backup with Humphreys right here. We'll lay him down. They're tired. And it'll be a slugfest here unless the Rebs can figure out a way to flank us, which they may very well do. But this is where the main fight is going to take shape, it looks like, for now. I don't love how we don't have very much artillery. That's for sure. These Hall carbines, let's go ahead and advance out this way. Continuing that fallback order, good. Minty's brigade laying down. I wonder if the Rebs can even see him. These dismounted cav are going to have a hard time coming to hail against these boys. Seymour has got them dead to rights down here. And it's kind of interesting that they're not using the works. They've got the woods, but they don't have the works down there. Okay, we got artillery now involved. Got guns that are going to come up here. Good. We've got new Reb troops, it looks like, moving against this side here. These Reb brigades trying to get themselves sorted out as they put pressure on this end. I think we're broken. Almost. No, not quite. Blair. Let's bring him on back. Time for Lightburn to pull back. Okay, he won't do it. He is now broken. Okay, time for these boys to fall back. Cav needs to fall back for sure. So that is McDowell. We're going to have him on a screen. Grover's division of 5th Corps is over here now. And I would say probably want to use him. Here we've got Lightburn on the run. He's headed toward his division commander, Hayes. 5th Corps, we could bring Engelman forward. Now Minty's engaged here. Blair Jr. engaged. The Rebs working their way up into the woods and taking the works right here. That's not good news. That's not good news. Okay, we're going to need Humphreys again. Let's bring this brigade down and attack right there. About time for these boys to go in, I'd say. Although Blair Jr. is going to fight it out as these Rebs surge onto the entrenchments right here in hopes that they could punch a hole in the center of our line and head straight toward the objective. What a vicious fight we've got underway right here, boys. They seem to be standing and holding firm on that side there. How are we going to do here? How are we going to do? We got Totten's brigade from, is that Crook? Yep. Crook's going to send Totten over this side. Minty's still doing good in here. Fire. Boom. All right, we won't be up against the breastworks, but we'll be firing down on that cav. It'll be interesting to see how this line works out. We got them falling back down the hill again as we continue to hold this wooded high spot. Did manage to flank them. Fantastic. No, don't engage short range. Engage medium range. Ooh, it's a back and forth battle right along the breastworks as the Rebs fall back under heavy fire. Minty will be falling back as well. You got a real slaughter pen in this area here, man. Wow. This cab on the flank right here, Dennis. That's a problem for them. Fantastic. This is going better than I thought right now. Blair Jr. is still doing pretty good. These Rebs under Jackson, and then I can't tell who. Wagner is back to panicked again. He breaks without a lost resilience route, and that is fine, I guess. The rest of 3rd Corps has made it over into the battle space, the main battle space. We don't have anything coming up against Mechanicsville. This seems to be the only Confederate force on the field right now. Tough to tell. All right, we managed to rout one of these rebel brigades. Yes, that's Jackson. Shoo, what a fight in here, man. Holy smokes. I think we've managed to shore up this line. We got another broken unit with Wagner, yeah, Wagner. Wagner's broken again. He's gonna, where's he gonna go? Back here. He's gonna get himself together. And you've got Crook that's gonna bring his division in over here and help 3rd Corps out as we shore up the line. Engelman from 5th Corps is gonna come help out as well. And I don't see them making a move over here. Not yet. So Woods is wounded. I don't know how Woods got wounded over here. There's been no action. I don't think. That's funny. Must have been some kind of accident. All right, Palmer. Got a little bit of a dry throat tonight, boys. Got to start the recording here. Pardon me. All right, we've got new Confederate units entering the fray. Sorta. Seymour's brigade here is doing just fine. I think we come forward with Beatty. This is Cooper's division. Minty went up, did a good job. He's going to pull back. Beatty is his sister brigade. He's going to come forward and get involved here as the Rebs look to try to push up the hill again. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Oh, Crook moved his guns somewhere. Oh, here we go. That's some that's some trouble right there. Let's go ahead and let's mount up. Let's get the cav kind of just in the rear here. Like that. So you'll have another rebel few divisions here. A new corps, I think, has showed up here. On the scene. Okay, Blair Jr., why don't we pull you back again? Come on. Double time it. They've got some support there. I think we were able to get away with that. Good. Okay, we need Wagner to come back again. Okay, we got all these rebel troops here and come forward. We got Grover's division. We got Engelman out here. That'll be good. Sherman, we need to back him up a little bit. Doop. Okay, about 12:20 p.m. now here as this battle continues. Okay, yeah, pull him back. Let's bring these troops kind of to here. Okay, yep. All right, now these boys will go here and here. Like that. Be ready to take an onslaught from over this direction. Would appear that's where it's coming from next. We'll get ourselves back with Beatty onto the entrenchments right here in Cooper's division. There's Humphreys. Let's get him back up on these breastworks here, and they can fire all the way down the hill. Minty is coming here. That's fine. A lot of Rebs have joined the fray here. That is a formidable line, and you got a lot of rebel artillery up too, would appear, as the army begins to concentrate in this wooded area, the slaughter pen. No disrespect to the actual slaughter pen, of course, and the men who fought there. I'm not sure we're going to be able to finish this one in just this stream. I got a feeling there's a pretty good chance we have to straddle a couple streams with this battle. Straddling from the battle. Let's do this. Probably should detach them, but we have not done that. Minty continues their move. All right. Again, this cav, or more troops down this way. Looks like infantry from Blanchard's brigade is now trying us along here. And we've got guns in front with Seymour still firing down. Humphreys in support. Be in good shape right there, I think. Humphreys has lost over 50% of his men, though, so that's not great. What a battle we have here, gentlemen. They're not really coming. Boy, they sure have a lot more artillery, man. Jiminy Christmas. Got about 2 more hours until 7th Corps gets on the field. If we pull back, we'd be fighting kind of between here and here. Hold the front there. It'd be tough for them to flank. Let's bring these skirmishers out. All right, Wagner's back again. He goes here. They'll rest. Okay, Minty is in decent shape. He's still supposedly moving to that location, although I just don't see the proof of it. We'll form up with this cav right here. Just tightening down the line as the Rebs make their advance. Haven't lost Mechanicsville. Okay, now they're coming right at us. Blaisdell. Hit them. They're going to try to hit this part of the line. I think maybe coming in waves. Seymour's brigade up here of... they got Mississippi Rifles firing down the slope there. One brigade after another of Confederates that may end up trying us, it looks like. Whew. I think we need to take Totten's brigade and take off AI. And I think we need to micro this a bit and move them over here because Humphreys is going to break. I am almost sure of it. Call it a retreat move, sure, double time it. Okay, Totten's brigade is going to kind of detach from this side. Come help over here. Okay, Minty will come forward, fine. Davies comes forward here. We'll have Grover with Whittlesey and Davies to back up when the Revs start moving at us on this side again. This looks like they're going to do. Hey, Blaisdell's coming over to help out. So he knew what he was doing with his Springfield muskets. Going to try to help fire down as the Revs put pressure on that part of the line. Of course, we've got skirmishers that are engaged right here. Good. Cooper. Let's put him right here. All right. You know, I'm not sure we're going to have to fall back here. I'm still not sure there, Mr. P. That's a good, you know, I would say some of this artillery over here probably would do us well if we were to move it first to here. Right? Do that. Move this to here. Keep the others. We'll have 2 batteries that move over, and we'll have them kind of around here. So it's a good suggestion. Their army's going to get torn up pretty good trying to come up this hill, though, I believe. Let's stand up with these boys. Can we shoot down there? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So I'd say Totten is ignoring that order that I gave him. And the Rebs are just content to open up with artillery here on this part of our line and then have a kind of a stalemate out that side. Got 1 division that's going to hold fast on that end. Maybe those boys counter-marched. I don't see any clouds of dust on the flank. And I'm, again, kind of a role play deal there. We're having these troops stand the post on the flank because, you know, we just kind of have to. You never want to just give up the flank, man. Blair comes right here. Wagner comes up right here now. Couple of brigades side by side. You can see them through the trees down there. Confederates. We're going to try to come on up. Let's lay down right here. Let's lay down right here. Boom, get the guns firing from behind right there. That's what that was about. Try to lay down so that those guns can fire down the hill at them. We'll just lay down periodically. And you can see the Rebs are just advancing up the hill at us there. Wow. Lay down. Nope, not ready to go yet. 3. Lay down. Bingo. All right, we're going to stand up with this other unit behind. I think they'll open up. Lay down. Okay, no. Let's get up on it, man. You can see them. They're trying to come straight up the slope, man. Jackson's brigade is back. Blanchard is coming. Blanchard has been fighting over here for quite some time, trying to get up the slope. Okay, Totten continues to stand here. I'd say we bring him back over this way, but I guess maybe I kind of like him where he is. Let's have him just be right here. Retreat to there, boys. Okay, next is let's get skirmishers out across this side of the line here. The fight up this hill for the Rebs is a deadly one, man. Holy smokes. Lay these boys down. Lay these boys down. I'm going to just lay this infantry down from time to time, see if the artillery behind them will shoot. Doesn't look like it. But Blanchard and Jackson are having a hard time down here at the creek bed. You can imagine it. Just desperately trying to fire up the slope. They've got, I think, the ability to take advantage of a little good cover from woods and from the breastworks. I think they're doing it. You got Jackson who's laying down out front here. He's kind of going up, down, up, down. We're not going to charge them. I'm tempted, of course. From an entertainment perspective, that would be fun. They were doing better when I didn't have so much infantry over here, these guns. I'm thinking maybe... Let's try putting them right there. Confederate division attacking here. Another new one, I think, attacking kind of through this way. Could be trouble. Could be trouble. All right, just crossing 1:40 in the afternoon here as this battle continues. Got a big one. Got a big one. Look at that large Confederate brigade that just kind of keeps coming ominously closer. Got ourselves engaged all our skirmishers out here. Good, good, good. Let's do that a little more there. Let's have these guns. Let's have them get right up on it. See what happens right here. Then, okay, we're getting back around to here. Good. Let's have these guns set up right there. Then let's have these guns. Okay, I'm going to wait for them. Okay, this is where the battlefront will probably be for the remainder of this battle, moving ahead. Still don't quite know what I want to name this one. You got 3rd Corps and 5th Corps troops all packed in here now, trying to hang on. Let's have Wagner move up to here. I think we got these guns clear, yeah. We got these guns clear. They're able to open fire now. From right here. Down to these boys laying down. Reb's still kind of standing strong at the base of the hill. That's 2 full corps there, I do believe. So when Keim gets on, I'm thinking that I just think that we may have to bring him in. May have no choice. Jackson, he's wearing down. They're trying to advance bit by bit and then lay down. But now we got them falling back. All right, fantastic. You got a surge of rebel troops coming forward up the slope this way. Humphreys finally broke. Charge move to there, go. All right. You got a concerted rebel attack in the center right here. Totten. Attack. Blair Jr. Attack. Beatty. Attack. See if he'll do it. I don't think they'll do it. Minty. So Cooper's whole division is over here. Okay, I'm gonna lay down there. Rebs are going to keep finding places to test the line. Okay, we broke Jackson's brigade. Let's open fire right here. We're going to lay down. We're going to stand up. Open up with the guys behind if we can. No. Stand up. Open up. Yep. Stand up. They're very tired, so let's get Minty's brigade back. They'll retreat under cover. Totten's engaged now. Good. Blair. Engage at long range. You guys engage at long range, please. Ready. Open fire. We got cannon up here that are opening up now. Good. Cannon here, too. Okay, Wagner is going to be back up against here. Helping Seymour out on this side. Woo! We have a consequential battle here. Alright, Blaisdell's going to back up. And we're going to blunt this Confederate advance, though. Again, as the Rebs try to push up this slope. In the center of our line. Don't even know what we're going to call this place. Humphreys is on his way out. Okay, this battery here. Put them right there for now. Okay, back up the hill. Blair Jr. Say back up to here. Okay, we broke. Minty broke. He's going back to Hancock. Beatty isn't looking so hot. Alright, Wagner's being put on a flank over here instead of what I wanted to do. Very well. Alright, broke him. This Confederate brigade is gone. Adams' brigade. Blaisdell's about to break. Beatty falling back bit by bit. This is the side of their attack here that's still fairly strong. Okay, we're at 2:25 p.m. waiting on Kimes Corps. Oh my gosh. All right, man. We're good here. Attack. Let's attack there. Let's have Palmer's cavalry kind of come right here. And you have Jones, I think, cavalry coming back. You still have Blanchard down here. That's taking heat from Seymour, which is up here now, over 50% casualties. His men are now exhausted. So what I would say is that we're real close to a organized retreat here. Blaisdell nervous. Because it's 2:30. And Kimes Corps is coming. We may have to give ground here. I'm not sure. I'm still just not sure. We continue fighting over this ground stubbornly. But we just continue to see new rebel units while ours are all just tired as hell. I'm giving serious thought to pulling out and pulling back. Before we all break. I think we take Beatty's brigade and we start it with him. Let's bring him back to here. Let's take him off of AI for starters, and then let's bring him to here. Okay. Let's take... Okay, Davies, Grover's division. Let's take them and let's put them along this trail right here. We'll do that. Okay, and then we'll take Engelman's brigade. And we're going to move them back to here. Well, no. We'll bring them back to here. Okay, they're detached, I think. Davies is moving out. All right, Palmer stays. These guys can stay with the skirmishers for now. Totten will pull back to here on the retreat. Go. We're going to have the guns pull back. Yeah, they're coming back. Got some troops routed here. All right. Blair Jr. finally routes. That's a lost resilience route. And we got Ford's Cav charging up the hill. Oh, my. They're going to try to break us. Charge them. Screw it. Wagner's brigade. They're unstable right now. We got cavalry charging in. Looks like Seymour is going to get himself involved, too. See if we can break this rebel cav that tried to charge up the side of the hill. They brought their horses up. Charge! Wow. Holy cow. All right, we got to get these guns out of here. So we'll have them go right here. Oh, what a melee up here. Base of the hill. Ah, this is probably... That's probably evidence enough that we are better served by moving out. Palmer's Cav. Or Dennis, rather. I keep calling him Palmer's Cav. Oh, no! Oh, this Confederate Cav did the job over here. They're driving us off. Would you look at that? Okay, we need to pull back for sure. These Rebs can count themselves victorious here on this battlefield here today. Okay, Davies needs to pull back. Go, go, go. Okay, Grover. Bud, I need you to come on back. Seymour's hanging in tough, I think. Okay, no, he's still in the fight. Seymour's still in the fight. For now. Oh my God, he's way over 50% losses. And the Rebs are still hitting us. Now it looks like they've dismounted. We're falling back officially. But it's just a crazy melee up in there. Crook. Let's bring you back to here. Get moving, boys. Get moving. Cooper. Let's bring you back to here. Sherman. Right here. Ford's finally broken. Seymour's also broken. All right, here we have Blaisdell is going to have to hold out for just another second here. We'll have him blow, when he can, he's going to pull all the way back to the church. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So we'll lose these works. What I may do is pull all the way back past the victory location is what I may do. Okay, Andrews and these 3-inch ordnance rifles need to come all the way back. All the way back. Let's get them off AI command. Let's micro this thing. Let's bring them all the way back. All right, so they will have knocked us out of our positions here. Let's have these guns limber up. Blaisdell would do a rear guard, but I think we're out of the rear guard business. Totten, let's have him do a rear guard here. Seymour is back already. Let's bring him back to here. Okay, Rebs win the first round. Next round be coming on the next day or late this evening is what I'm thinking. I think we redeploy with most of the rest of Hancock's corps. There's Minty's brigade. Hancock, Hayes division. Okay, he's got those boys there. Right. Let's just have Lightburn's brigade just come and join him over here. Let's have Ferry's division march to here. And let's just redeploy everybody. We'll keep Palmer out here on the flank. Let's have these guns deploy to here. Do the same with these. And we're just going to regather the army out this way. Okay, we managed to make it out of here with most of these guns. Good. Go ahead, double time, boys. And I would say we're even going to... I think I might do my plan, which is to try to gather back up here. Let them have the objective. I think they've just got us right here. So Sherman, let's bring your division, everybody, back into these woods right here if we can. Again, got to try to organize a retreat. Let's bring these boys... Let's bring them all the way back to here. Davies Brigade. Let's bring them all the way back to here. All right, we got that, we got that. We got these boys, good. Okay, Blaisdell is broken. Palmer, come on back. Engelman, why don't you come on back to here? And then we'll do a rear guard with some of these other guys that aren't moving yet. Call it a rear guard, I suppose. Looks like we'll be moving over here with the Rebs trying to figure out what they want to do against our left, it looks like. Oh, no, okay, they're just standing back there in formation, ready to go. And fantastic. Okay. Lightburn, let's actually have you go kind of more here. So actually, let's go stop. Then we'll change your direction. Okay, Minty's brigade. It's going to come around to here. Then Hancock is going to come around to here. Ooh, this battery got roughed up. Benham, 10-pounder Parrott rifles up here. Now they're done. All right, Wagner, we're going to bring you back. Pulling out Seymour. Yep, please. Beatty, please, sir. All the way back. These guns. All the way back. Yeah, a hell of a fight over here. You got that right there, Mr. Pete. I actually feel okay about it, even still. We've got 2 divisions of 5th Corps that will still be serviceable. And we're still going to have 7th Corps coming on fresh. Okay, Whittlesey, we need to bring them back to here. What are we working right now? See, we're still working a minor victory, right? So it ain't time to give up the fight all the way here just yet. We'll go ahead and bring these artillery, or those are skirmishers. There's artillery right here that we want to move. We'll bring it back to like here. We'll give the Rebs some space. And the battle will reset kind of over in this area here. We'll just reset the line. We'll probably fall back on this road network right here, this stream, and right here. We'll say the Rebs were successful in their attack at last. Oh, voice is starting to get tired tonight, gents. Goodness gracious. So, it's about 3 p.m. now, 3:50 p.m. And here is Keim's Corps right here. Oh, my God. Okay. And there you have a great place, I think, to wrap things up. As the rebels don't even see Keim's troops coming in from down this way on the flank. Interesting. Very interesting. I think the first thing we should probably go ahead and do here is to get his corps on the move, and we'll just bring them out right here. So we'll have the rest of 5th Corps, all of remaining of 3rd Corps, kind of reeling backwards past the victory location. We'll let the Rebs take it. We'll have Keim that'll be over here from Mechanicsville in the south trying to flank. We are on the retreat. Let's use these cav to try to mount a rear guard. Have McDowell come back. Keep Wagner on the move. Okay, Cav doing his job. Good deal. Seymour doesn't want to just run. Seymour doesn't want to go. Good to have us on the move here. Good. Palmer will be out. Let's pull him back to here. Union forced to leave their works. Try to hold a long front. All right, we got Keim on the move now, man. Sweet. And finally, we'll be concentrating. Good deal. So let's see how we're looking here to start things off. All right, so loss is roughly the same, although at a greater percentage for us. And we'll be going into a late afternoon, evening fight here on July the 28th. As this battle continues, I think we're going to have ourselves a pretty deadly one here. They outnumber us still by about 10,000 troops. We're going to have to set up a good, stubborn defense, best we can anyway. We're going to have to hurry and attack with Keim. He's going to arrive on the battlefield, and he's going to get right to it. But I'd say for now, we're probably going to have to save this one and wrap the stream up here. It's starting to get late in Midwest land where I am. I got all kinds of stuff I need to get up and do. It's yard work season, gentlemen. Gentlemen, we are getting into it. The war against dandelions, the war against all sorts of weeds, the pre-emergent weed killer that we need to put down, the mowing that we need to do, the trimming that needs to get done as well. We have got so much that we have got to get done. Let's get Blaisdell back. We'll be saving this one up, and we'll be jumping back into it the next stream. I think it's pretty compelling stuff. We may be on the losing end here. We shall see. What a huge battle and consequential battle this will be right outside Richmond. If we can score a victory, that could be huge. That, though, will have to be reserved until next time when we get back to it. Here from the headquarters of Grand Tactician, and other games as well. I'm Bank 60s, your humble and gracious player host, wishing you a fond Monday night. And once again, saying thank you for being here with me to share the time as we continue our campaign here as the Union. If you enjoy the stream, if you enjoy the VOD, if you enjoy all the videos, you'd be a big help if you click the thumbs up button for me. Also, consider subscribing and becoming a member of the channel, which we did have Mr. P do tonight. That's as little as $2 a month. So thanks, guys, for doing that. Thanks to you, Mr. P. Again, I'm Bank 60s, and we're going to